I want to hit on something that we started the conversation with, and that's AI specifically for SMB. And you live near Silicon Valley, and Silicon Valley loves the idea that everyone will soon build their own software with AI. When you spend time with actual small business owners, Claire, how disconnected is that narrative from Main Street?
For the small end of small businesses, there's a big disconnect. Small businesses don't want to be building software. To your point, we support the bakers, the hairdressers, people that are running a florist shop, for example. These people want to use AI to help grow their business. Do they want to sit and code software that other companies like Zero, that has 20 years of experience, 5 million customers worth of data, do they really want to sit and vibe code an accounting software or a payments or a payroll software? They don't. They want you to do that. They trust you, and trust is really important right now, but they trust you because you're the best to do it, and you have to deliver. You have to meet their expectations.
Yeah, because if I'm a plumber in Ohio or a bakery owner in New Zealand, I probably want more customers. I probably want to spend nights with my family, not reconciling invoices. Like, what's your experience with that?
The less admin, the better. The less time spent on having to worry about these things. Even the less time on chasing payments, raising invoices, paying their employees if they have employees. If we can do that for them, if we can use AI to auto bank reconciliations, for example, is one that a lot of our customers are telling us is saving them hours. You have all your transactions that come through your bank accounts or all your different, payment systems. It goes into the Xero software. If we can automatically, using AI, using your history, using the models that we have created from everyone else's data to tell you that this is what it looks like, and you just have to kind of glance at it and go, yeah, that makes sense. That is very differently from individually having to categorize or confirm a suggested, categorization of an entry. Like a planner in Ohio does not want to be doing that. Two things are really, really important: accuracy, quality of the AI, of the offering we give them. The last thing the plumber in Ohio wants is like, that's not right. So we pride ourselves on a really high level of accuracy, 97% accuracy. And that final 3%, if there's a chance that it's not right, we will just make it as a proposal so that they can be confirmed or not. And the other thing is trust. They trust you with their finances. They trust you with your bank account. They trust you with paying their people. And you can't make mistakes. You can't mess that up, because that just creates lack of trust, uncertainty, creates frustration, creates time. So we pride ourselves at Xero on, as we use AI and enable them, that trust, that accuracy is at the highest level that it could possibly be.
What's something small business owners worry about constantly that executives in large corporations may underestimate?
Yeah, being paid. Like, I'm a CFO of a large corporation. I am optimizing my working capital. But if some of my suppliers are small businesses, every payment they receive matters. We have this initiative, actually. I'm from the UK. Hopefully, you can still tell I have a British accent. In the UK, Xero has a program with the government in the UK that really pushes companies, large corporations, to pay small businesses within 30 days. Not just on time, but don't pay them fast. We don't want them to be waiting for their money. They can't survive if people are delaying payments or not paying them at all. So I think working now with small businesses, working in the financial software area, if there's things like that we can do to help small businesses through our software, but also some of these additional initiatives we're doing, I think it's really important. And I think maybe large corporations who use small businesses kind of forget that. They need this to pay their bills, to pay their mortgage, to pay the loan, to pay, if they have got employees, to pay their employees.
Cash flow is oxygen to these companies. It's the lifeblood of their business, and it stinks that they're often the ones who get the screws turned to them and get the short end of the stick.
They don't have negotiating power. The biggest companies in the world who have the most cash probably have the longest payment terms. But it's the small companies who need the cash, that don't have money sitting in the bank account, that have to wait that like 60 days, 90 days to be paid. It is the lifeblood. And so I think we pride ourselves on helping small businesses to manage that.
There are some Fortune 500 retailers out there that we all shop at probably, and people would be shocked to know that many of the companies that partner with, payment terms could be like net 180 or net 365. And that's really hard to make a business work.
That's really hard. But it's a great opportunity for small business because suddenly you're in this big retailer and the distribution is amazing. But to your point, they've had to pay all of the expenses first. They're still a small business and then they don't get paid for, like you say, hopefully it's not 365 days, but but to your point, probably don't get paid as fast as they should, unfortunately.
Trust, accuracy, compliance, privacy, you said they matter more than ever in an AI world. Do you think we're entering an era where trust becomes actually a bigger competitive moat than the software itself?
I think so. Some people are wary still of AI, but they know that they have to use it because they know that it is amazing. I mean, generative AI and where AI has come is incredible. But if you don't trust it, you're not going to use it, or what you're going to use it for is going to be very limited and restricted. So I think as people, especially small businesses, start to place their trust in companies and say, you know what, yeah, I am going to use your AI offering tools, etc., then they have to feel that trust. I struggle a little bit with the LLMs where it says, this is AI, it could be wrong. I mean, it's basically what it says at the bottom of the screen, doesn't it? And it's like, do you want them running, connecting into your bank accounts, doing your analysis, like start sending invoices, doing payments? I'm like, you have to have a level of accuracy and trust.
Well, where are you at personally with trusting it? Because I had this realization the other day. 2 years ago, I was very reticent to upload. I think I was trying to figure out like a mortgage payment and uploading my mortgage to ChatGPT. And the other day, I was using the Google connector in Claude to give it access to every single document that I own on my computer, as well as my email. And if you had told me that 2 years ago, I'd be like, are you crazy? I would never let AI have access to that. So it's just like, it's night and day how much, at least I've shifted in terms of how much I'll let AI into my life and my documents.
I think we're all getting a little bit more comfortable and confident. I'm still not quite connecting my whole life bank accounts. On the public side for Xero, we have enterprise versions. I do use AI for work information, but only in our enterprise versions of Claude, for example, and ChatGPT, etc. So I feel much more comfortable with that because it's not going anywhere. It's an enterprise-wide security system, and we have a security team, and they've done their work, and so we know boundaries, etc. For me personally, though, I use it a lot, but I'd still use it on the more generic things. Like the efficiency for me is optimizing my work day than optimizing my personal things. But I'm not yet there where connecting it to all my personal documents, my personal bank accounts, things like that.
For these small businesses, it's actually closer to home and doing it to their own documents if they own the business, right? Like for a lot of these companies, they pay their mortgage one step removed from the bank account and operating checking account that they use to run their bakery, versus you're running an enterprise company, you have all these guardrails set up, and it's also its own entity. For a lot of these people, the line between their business and home is very thin.
Exactly. And that's where Xero comes in. We come in and say, we are keeping you in our secure system. So data that is loaded within this is not shared outside. Most of our customers have connected their bank accounts into our software. They trust us that that is protected. And so therefore they feel more confident being able to share additional information. Well, in the process of launching, but announced an offering called Xero Force, which actually in our secure system allows you to connect more and more to other applications and other offerings. The initial feedback we're getting from customers is they feel like it's in a secure space, that I already trust Xero. So if you can give me that additional functionality in your ecosystem, they would feel more comfortable. So that will be interesting. It's coming later in the year, so it'll be interesting to see how that gets used by our customers, both on the small business side, but also the accounting and bookkeepers.
I got news for you. The ERP category is finally getting disrupted. And if you haven't heard of Rillet yet, please pay attention. It's the AI native ERP built specifically to replace NetSuite, and it's already won over hundreds of finance teams. Their mission is to make the zero-day close a reality, and they're actually doing it. We're talking teams closing the books at 1:35 p.m. on the first day of the month. Companies like Windsurf, Mercor, and hundreds of others run their entire finance stack on Rillet. Revenue recognition, close management, multi-entity, native Stripe, and Salesforce integrations. Woo! Everything a scaling company needs. They've got 50 stars on G2. They're backed by A16Z and Sequoia, heard of them, and CPA-led implementations that get you live in 45 days. That is simply unheard of in the ERP space. If your books aren't running as fast as your business, check out Rillet. Book a demo at rillet.com/CJ. That is RILLET.com/CJ. That's me.